Former President Donald Trump told his supporters the numerous criminal counts he faces in New York are part of a, quote, sham investigation. In his first speech since pleading not guilty to 34 felony counts, he took the stage at his Mar-a-Lago estate last night, where he was met with thunderous applause from his supporters. Trump adamantly stated his innocence of any crimes and assured the crowd that he is ready to fight the charges and run for office again in 2024.
The felonies Trump faces center on a hush money deal with adult film star Stormy Daniels, but prosecutors also accused the former president of a broader scheme to conceal criminal conduct that hid damaging information from the voting public during the 2016 presidential election. Trump is due back in court December 4th, with the trial expected to begin in January, going on through the election year.
Donald Trump won a substantial victory in another case unrelated to his arrest yesterday and the charges filed against him. The Court of Appeals sided with him in his effort to recoup additional legal fees from Stormy Daniels. She had filed and lost a defamation suit against him. Daniels was ordered to pay Trump's attorneys more than $120,000 in legal fees, on top of more than $500,000 she had already been required to pay.
In Wisconsin, liberals are taking control of the state Supreme Court after the victory of Justice-elect Janet Protasiewicz. Her win over conservative Daniel Kelly, a former state Supreme Court justice, is one of the most consequential election outcomes of the year because the Wisconsin Supreme Court is poised to hear challenges to the state's 1849 abortion ban.
Johnson & Johnson has offered to pay nearly $9 billion to settle thousands of cases that claim its talc products cause cancer. The proposed settlement would be paid out over 25 years through a subsidiary of the company. However, Johnson & Johnson says the settlement does not constitute an admission of wrongdoing and reiterated that its talc products are safe.
Apartment sales are on the sharpest decline since the mortgage crisis of 2009. Higher interest rates, regional banking turmoil, and slowing rent growth have made it financially riskier to invest in multifamily buildings. Apartment tenants might feel some relief, however, as rent prices are on a downward trend.
With tax day coming up fast, promises of a faster and easier tax filing process were made from the new head of the IRS. At his ceremonial swearing in, Danny Werfel said he will work to cut wait times for taxpayers calling for help and will expand online services.
The IRS extended the tax filing deadline to Americans affected by storms and tornadoes. It hit several states last week. Storm victims in parts of Mississippi and Arkansas will now have until July 31st to file individual and business tax returns. And residents and businesses in parts of California, Alabama, and Georgia will have until October 16th to file their taxes. The regular tax filing deadline for most Americans is April 18th.
5 of the world's busiest airports were in the U.S. last year. Atlanta's hub once again topped the list as the busiest by passenger volume. It was followed by Dallas-Fort Worth, Denver, and Chicago O'Hare, with Los Angeles coming in 6th. A strong rebound in domestic travel put the U.S. facilities on top. And that's today's 9 at 9.
Keep up to date with all of San Antonio's top news, weather, and so much more by clicking the like and subscribe buttons below. And once again, thanks for watching KSAT.